Hey guys, Phil here. How you doing? Monday morning. It is the 22nd of January. I'd like to say welcome back to everyone who is returning, and hello and welcome to new visitors to my page, video, channel, blog, whatever you're watching this on. Doesn't matter. Um, I realize I need to start making these videos a little more regularly. I think Monday morning's a good day to just kind of discuss how my entire week went, which is last week was good. I had one really bad day with depression, and I just tried to sleep all day. I don't know if you've ever tried to sleep as long as a cat does, but it is not very easy. But I would wake up, and I'm like, no, I'm just not feeling it. And I would just find my cat, and I'd grab him, and he'd already be asleep, and just roll over, and hold him, and it'd be who would move first was the challenge, and I always lost. He can just wake up, roll over, fall back asleep after 18 hours, and I can't keep up. Even with depression, I've been close before, but it was nice to kind of catch up. And there's like one good thing about it is I really did get to catch up on my sleep and kind of recharge my systems. So yeah, maybe I was tossing and turning and not feeling very good mentally, and I wasn't having the best thoughts, and I wasn't being productive or active or anything. That's cool. It happens. It's my play. I got to deal with it. But I got to recharge everything that I've been burning out for the last 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. I've been doing this every day since the 2nd of January. I took the first off, enjoy one day. And it's very nice to get ready for the next step of what I'm trying to do. So I finally finished my first draft of my novel. I need to go through and revise, rewrite, edit. Not saying it's coming out anytime soon. I did have a good idea of. I've got two older short stories that I wrote a couple years ago. Revising them a little bit, just working through them, maybe leaving them just the way they are, just to show the way I used to write and where I'm progressing from and where I'm going to. I have two other short stories. One is just finished last week. Another one was supposed to be done yesterday. I missed my deadline. So I'm going to work really hard today to get it done and start doing editing. Normally I would just be kind of lazy and just do one process or the other. But today I really need to kind of step up and get back into this flow that I had for the first week and a half or so of my writing. But back to the point is I was thinking about doing two short stories of my old, two of my new short stories that I just finished, almost finished, put them together in some sort of compendium and revise maybe the first chapter or just a really good scene in this novel that I'm working on and throw it all together, throw it on Amazon for $1 or something just to see what happens. How many people really want to read my writing and how many people would like to support me. I appreciate you guys all. I would like to, I'm curious. I'm getting to this point where I've talked about writing for so long and I've been writing for so long. It's time to start showing people what I've been doing instead of sitting at home hiding all the time. And it is hiding. I was really nervous kind of putting myself out there with these videos. I've already expressed that multiple times. But putting out my writing, my fiction, my story is something so deep to me. One, it took me forever to write. I started writing this story. I started it a couple years ago, and it was only about 2 pages long, and then I let it go. I just didn't even think about it again. And then I picked it up in the beginning of this last year. So I've had an entire year to write, and the first 6 months I wrote 30,000 words, something like that. And then in the last 2 months, I've written close to 60,000. So I've really learned how to write, and I've been working on it a lot more. Been giving myself more time to do it, but I've also been kind of cutting out other things in my life. I don't go out as often. I don't see my friends very often. I'm not making new friends. I don't go out with hopes to have conversations with people and spread ideas at the end of the day because I'm so tired from writing all day. It is a full-time job, and being creative for 7 hours a day is not easy. 7 hours a day, that's just the overall length because I'm taking breaks periodically. You can't sit on a wooden, uncomfortable chair for longer than a couple hours without your butt going numb, and you got to stand up and stretch, and you got to eat food, you got to use the restroom, and then all of a sudden you've got a roadblock and you can't get the story going, and you got to walk around your apartment aimlessly looking at the walls and the ceiling, and then you pick up a guitar and strum a couple chords and be like, man, I miss playing guitar, and nope, back to writing, can't get distracted, the whole, and this is a topic I'd love to get on very soon. Might be working on a project with a very good friend about this, on social media and how it really is affecting people and affecting society and the change in society. And quick little insight is how everyone says that social media is the destruction of society, this and that, and I 100% disagree, because it's not a destruction, it's an evolution of society. We are in a sense destroying our old and moving into the new. But if you're stressing the destruction, you're not looking towards the creation, the positivity of what could be coming as well. And I'm not very optimistic per se, but I'd still like to be as rational about this as possible. So yes, it is destruction, but there is creation as well. Our society is always changing, and it's not static, it's dynamic. Anything new that pops up is going to change someone's mind, and then that person has a cool idea, and then they spread that idea to somebody else, and then that carries on and on and on, and that's how society changes and evolves into something new, which is what it always will do. Everything that we get as technology is going to change how we live from this point on, if not 10 to 15 years to now. I mean, we're getting so much technology so fast, and people don't know the proper way to use it. They don't have the discretion to be on social media and have a personal life as well. That's very funny coming from the guy who's trying to discuss everything about his personal mental issues, but nevertheless, I'm doing it for a purpose, so I guess that's my rationale. But hey, call me out on it. That's fine. Let's talk about it. I'm here. I'm open. Moving on to a different issue, I have been contacted by a few people lately about what I'm really trying to do here, and of course discuss mental health. We talked about that. My writing, fiction, social media, that's more of a philosophical conversation. I'd love to have those with you. If you have any questions or comments or ideas or something you want to learn about, send it to me. Send me a message, and if it's something I'm interested in, I will take the time and I will research and I will give you what I know. I will give you everything that I can think of. No holds bar. I want to help you as much as you want to help me. And by you helping me, by finding new topics for me, you give me something to do when I'm doing my non-writing. For my process, it's kind of strange, and I'd like to do a whole video just on my whole writing process. Maybe just write it out in an essay. But I do, take breaks, and I'll write from 11 a.m. to 6 or 7 at night, and after that, I got to eat dinner. I've got to eat something if I haven't eaten throughout the day, which happens a lot. Black coffee for the win, right? But after I get dinner and I kind of relax, I'll turn on TV. I've been watching a lot of the Planet Earth, Blue Earth. Blue Earth 2 just came out. Pretty excited. I really enjoy those documentaries. But I had to stop watching them when I was writing. And I don't normally watch TV when I'm writing. I just kind of put on my headphones and just get into the story, become the story, as if I'm living in the actual moment of the story, which just kind of takes its own toll as well. Another video, of course, takes its toll on me. But this Planet Earth and stuff is there to kind of mellow my mind out that's been running all day. If you have anxiety or you have these thoughts that just keep compounding and overlapping in your head, and they keep showing up, and you can't throw them out, that's literally what I'm doing to myself all day to write a story, is thinking about one thing and one thing only, one story. Obviously it's multiple things I'm thinking about, but I'm one track mind is what it is. And I'm only thinking about the story, where it's progressing, how it's progressed, what's going on with the characters, the story arc, is it working well? Is this character even needed in this story? Probably not. Kill him off, So I need this time to kind of relax, but also think. So we'll call it light reading, which is really just kind of something that I do where, it's Facebook scrolling, and you find a good story and you click on it, and then all of a sudden, you're on a story, you've read it for 20 minutes, and you're like, oh, okay, so that's how quantum mechanics works. That's cool, but you really don't know how it works. But if I'm intrigued by that first 20 minutes of reading this little article, boom, that could be my research into something else for me the next day, which is the next part of my writing process of research what I want to write about. And a lot of the fiction I don't have to, which is great. I can just create the story. The backdrops I just use where I live, San Antonio, Texas. It's great, I've been multiple places in the United States. I can use any of them just by knowing what it's like to live there, be there. I have the internet at my disposal, which is great, so I can look up anything. I can learn anything I want. And if you guys throw me some cool ideas, I'd love to learn what y'all have to share with me, because this is not just me talking to you. I want this to be a real conversation where you can talk to me. And even if it's just a little, comment on the bottom of the video that says, hey, why don't you talk about... Oh, see, I can't even think of an idea. That's why I need help here, guys. Throw me some good ideas. Global warming. Yeah, Phil, you want to talk about some global warming? And I'll sit down and be like, I really don't want to. But if you want to, and you want to actually have a conversation, or you want to back and forth, message each other, or email. I don't know if people still use email. Shoot me a message, I may not be fully invested in it, but I might be curious to see why you are. There's something that's obviously making you curious to the subject that you have in your head right now that you're probably thinking about, that you're like, yeah, I really want to see what he has to say about it. And you could come over here, we could talk about it, and during the video I can learn about you, but also why this is important to you. And maybe from that I can learn, and through the discourse learn why it should be important to me. And I really want to do this. I want to start a dialogue with so many people about so many things. I know I'm opening up another can of worms like I did with the first video, and just got flooded with people and couldn't handle it, and it took me well, apparently my phone doesn't have enough memory to continue recording videos, so I had to delete some stuff. Also lost my train of thought. I was talking about having a dialogue with more people, conversating. Looking back on this video, it's probably long enough, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut it at that. Sorry for the interruption. I know I was on a roll there for a minute. I really like kind of just talking like that. So I'm going to keep doing this, and I hope you're still listening. I appreciate everything from you guys. Again, I'm a sellout, so go ahead and like, share, comment. Seriously, though, I need you guys to like and share these damn videos, because without that, they're not going to reach anybody, and I'm just going to be sitting here just kicking my legs and trying to stay afloat. So if you guys can help me out and, throw a life preserver to me, it's that easy. Just like, share, comment if you want, and send me some messages. Let's get a dialogue going here, guys. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Maybe I'll do another video this week, maybe not. Till then, have a good one.